guys. Jarvis Jeffries, Terrence Smith, back better than ever. Up in this bitch. And we back with another episode. Terrence, how you doing, brother?
Hey, I'm doing great, man. Hopefully everybody else is doing good. We are finally in spring, and it's really spring, so hopefully everybody's doing good.
Yeah, yeah. Terrence, we're here on a Monday evening, afternoon, still afternoon, kind of. Well, no, it's a Monday evening now, and it's an
Yeah,
early evening for us though. We're here
yep,
to chop it up real quick about Monday Night Raw because they were
yep.
in Gaslow, Scotland, and
Drew McIntyre country.
Drew McIntyre's country. I was surprised I didn't see him, and I did not. But yeah, they were in Drew McIntyre's country tonight in Scotland, and this is the reason why we get another early Raw, so we can get some rest, maybe if unless some crazy news breaks. So we got an early show here. Monday Night Raw is already over with and done. Actually, it ended about an hour ago already. Time flies. But here we go. Terrence, John Cena opened the show from Monday Night Raw, and this is his second appearance now since he's been healed. Yeah, since he's been back. We get him and Cody in the ring eventually, but first John Cena comes to the ring. Same music again. He's now running. He's not saluting or doing any of that anymore. He's just taking his time, slowly getting to the ring. Has this just I don't give a fuck look on his face, and
Yeah,
just as healed as it can be. Um, he comes out and he continues to complain, Terrence, to the fans about how they make this so easy for him. With what they're chanting continuously, they chant "F you, Cena," or something like that. And Cena says, "Yeah, okay, it's fine. All you do is be hurtful. All you are is abusive, and all you ever done is bully me into being your damn puppet. And you expected me to do that with a smile on my face." They boo even more, and they boo even more.
yep.
This went on and on for a couple of more minutes before Cody came out. Terrence, I just want to ask you to give me and the audience your thoughts, your takes on the approach that John Cena is going with this now that he is Cena. Is
Yeah,
this what you
uh,
were
uh,
expecting? Are you okay with it? Or
yeah. Hold on. First and foremost, brother, show that shirt, man. Don't do that. Come on, man. Show the
oh,
shirt.
okay, yeah, yeah,
Uh,
okay, man, yeah. No
are those
problem, no
all the
problem.
damn Chappelle characters?
That's exactly what that is.
Man,
Yeah,
that's fire.
yeah.
That's yeah.
Oh, thanks, man.
Start the
Yeah,
show with that, man.
I
Don't do
appreciate it. The
that.
go, the go. Yeah, yeah. My daughter
Really.
got me this. My daughter got me this shirt for my birthday, and but or was it Christmas? I'm not sure because I might have had it when we went to the cabins in Gatlinburg. But yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
she got it for me. So I was like, yeah, she
Hey,
knows her
that's
dad.
fire.
She
That's real
knows her
fire.
dad. Yeah. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
man. Cena comes out and I explained to you what he's doing. He's still bitching to the fans and he's blaming it all on them. How do you like how they're going with this? And hello to everyone that's joining us YouTube live on the Great Debate Show.
I'm honestly so the first last week I was impressed, right? I appreciate what he said. It gave a little more detailed reasoning about gave an extra layer of John Cena that we really hadn't seen. Uh but this week it's just like it's more complaining and it doesn't equate to the attack that he put on Cody. Like they're not on the same frequency. Uh what we saw was a connection with The Rock. John allegedly sold out, beat Cody to a pulp, blooded him up, and then he's complained about it since then. And honestly, like I'm just not feeling it. Um, I'm not feeling the. It's like I said last week. I appreciated the promo, but I'm not feeling the build. Like if they were gonna do Cody versus John Cena, I would have almost preferred babyface versus babyface. You know, if there was going to be somewhat of a heel, then like you've been saying for the past year, it should have been The Rock. When the decision was made for it to not be The Rock, then it should have just been babyface John Cena versus babyface Cody. To me, that's just more believable. Is more authentic. the John Cena heel turn was cool in that moment. It hasn't done much for me since then. And maybe that's because he hasn't changed his look, he hasn't changed his music. That 1 week when he did the promo, he talked about the 25 years of what did he say? What did he say? 25 years of a
abusive relationship.
abusive relationship. He talked about that a little bit tonight too. But the first week was cool, but it's just like it's a repeat of last week. And the worst part of it is, I understand this is scripted, right? But it's still supposed to make sense to an extent.
Yeah.
Now, the last time we saw Cody Rhodes before last week, the last time we saw Cody Rhodes and John Cena in the ring, John Cena was beating him with a Rolex. He hit his brother with a belt. He blooded him up. And Cody comes out, and Cody almost feels pity for him. Like, nah, bro, you got to try to get your lick back somewhere. And there ain't been no lick getting back. And it's almost like Cody ain't even mad.
2 weeks in a row.
You
He
know?
doesn't seem
2 weeks in a row.
he doesn't seem very mad at all.
2 weeks in a row, and it's just like you come out and you why do you even you were more mad at the Miz than you are John Cena.
Yeah.
So it's just I don't know, and I understand the whole part of them. You trying to save it for the match, but screw that. Let John Cena should have done this promo via satellite where they're not in the same ring, or call Cody during. It would have been cool had he called Cody during the match and they had his phone mic'd up.
Yeah.
It would have been fire.
That would have.
Yeah, Cody, I kicked your ass. This is why I did it. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not feeling it.
Like,
maybe next week will be better.
He could be doing like Charlotte Flair's doing better. He could be on some Charlotte Flair stuff right now. Like, I'm too good for you. I'm the man. I don't have to be there. I don't have to be in the same building that you're in. Tease us. If you're not gonna do anything or touch him or get your lick back, you two should not be in the ring together this close. And yeah, it's the same thing. Like, I thought he was gonna give us something else. He told us about the fans. Okay, we're the reasons why. Moments of embarrassment, moments of shame. This is the things that he's saying, and he's blaming it all on the fans. But what else you got, John Cena? And I'm not seeing, him give us anything else. I thought there would be something else that he felt. Like, let's talk about the final boss. Not only have you turned heel, but it looks like you sold your soul to him, or you already have sold it. What's your reasons behind that? Well, are we going to see The Rock come back out here with you, or is he gone for good, or until Mania? There's still about 3-4 more weeks to build. But I'm tired of people telling me it's still 4 weeks to build. If I'm getting the same thing and it's becoming so repetitive, how is this a better build than last year? How is it as good as last year? And why am I so intrigued? And this is the reason why, Terrence, there's still like 25,000 seats available for WrestleMania for each night. And I think Saturday night has a few more ticket sales for whatever reason. But we're talking around 40 to 48,000 tickets sold. And it's about a 60, 67, $68,000. 68,000 seats capacity crowd in Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. So they're running short. And it is the prices. They're very high, very high. But I think it's also the build. Nobody's really just buying in all of this stuff. It's just, it looks like they're kind of just making, I hate to compare them to Tony Khan right now, but this is some Tony Khan type of booking. Hey, let's just Reigns, Rollins, Punk. Oh, shit. That's WrestleMania. Just put them in there together. But we're not getting much of other than, well, he screwed me out of winning the Rumble. He screwed me out of winning the Chamber. That's it. Well, what about the personal things that's going on between Rollins and Reigns? And when are we going to find out about this damn favor? I don't know, T. I don't know. I'll let you continue with whatever you have to say about that particular subject, or the Cena and Cody again. But I'm with you 100%. I'm surprised that we agree on this too. I thought I was going to be the one who was being negative Nancy today. But yeah, I'm not. I see we're here, man. We're here though. I'm not.
Yeah, to be honest, man. To be honest, the whole Excuse me.
Hey, LeVar, this is the Chappelle show. I think he might have came in a little late after we were talking about it.
He came in right after we talked
Yeah,
about it. Yeah.
this is Dave Chappelle. This is all the Chappelle show characters. But yeah, we're talking about Cena and Cody, and
Cody.
I think I was right. It should have been Drew McIntyre, or Punk should have been the one that went heel. But
I mean, there just should have been the find the boss element wasn't needed because it has not been a part of the build since the attack. So if you know the Rock is not going to be there throughout the build, because see this worked last year because the Rock kicked his ass and was yelling Mama Rose and blooded him up and put the blood on the belt like the Rock put in time with the build last year. And I think the Rock had those days committed for Roman. Like that's why he came back and then they had to flip. So it worked out on Cody's behalf. And we got 2 days of Rock, we got 2 days of Roman, we got 2 days of Cody, we even got 2 days of Seth. He doesn't matter, but we got 2 days of I can't make myself laugh.
And Seth Rollins,
excuse me.
Seth Rollins has been all on Good Morning Football on NFL Network. Like today, he will be on there tomorrow and Wednesday as well. And I gotta say, he's not bad given his analysis. He's a diehard Chicago.
No, he's good. He
loves
the Chicago Bears. Yeah,
loves this. I did not know all of that.
Yeah,
but he's not bad.
Oh,
he's not bad.
You know his Twitter is pretty funny. When the Bears lose, he hates football. He hates football.
Okay.
Same tweet every time. He hates football.
I got you. I liked it. It.
He's hilarious. But yeah, man.
Don't we all?
Right. Yeah. Don't remind me. But yeah, man. So it's just one of those things where I'm not impressed with the build, and I feel like I'll be glad when we get back to a point to where we're not depending on guys like The Rock. And there's no shade to The Rock, but it's like most of the times your WrestleMania main events, I think they book them a year in advance, at the very least months in advance. But it's hard to do that if you don't know if Dwayne is going to be there or not. And I truly feel like Dwayne was supposed to be there, and then he found a reason out of it for whatever reason.
He was, Terrence. He was supposed to, and something they didn't know. I don't think they knew that they were going to do that Moana 2 that quick. Like it's got a release for like June this summer already. So they've got to be.
Well, Moana 2 is filmed. They're doing a live action Moana.
That's what it is. I'm sorry.
That's what he's filming, the live action Moana. Yeah.
Okay.
Moana 2, I think, is already on Disney Plus, but they're doing a live action Moana. Okay. Which I mean, we get it. Hollywood
I don't know if that wasn't in his, or they put it in pencil. That came up, I think, kind of out of nowhere, and they had to pivot without telling us that they pivoted. You can't tell me that this is what they came up with back at SummerSlam. Whenever they started booking it, you can't tell me this was the original plan. It was surrounded around The Rock, and you're right. They need to stop relying on them. But here's the problem: it doesn't get better until they show up, until they return.
I agree.
The past 2 years, they need them, and it's not a good thing for the people in the back or creative. Just they have to do better. They need to do better. Man, you've got people, Terrence, that can wrestle like Zoe Starks. But you don't get to see her because it's WrestleMania season. Well, why is that?
Right.
She lacks something then. I don't know about her mic skills. She lacks the aura, but she is a good in-ring wrestler. If they can figure out a way to get her and other stars to be able to, show their mic skills and get better on promos, or at least their body language and everything about them in the ring, other than just having a good match, they can make these people into stars, but they're really having a hard time with that with some of them. And then when they do catch on to one and catch fire with it, they don't know what to do with it really, other than just keep giving them yeets. Just keep giving them yeets out. Yeah, let's go. What else are we gonna do though with it? So
we've just about yeeted out too.
And that's the problem. That's why nobody cares about the match. And you can hear it all in the promos. You can hear it in the work. The back vignette you saw with Jimmy and Jay. They hear it. And they're sick of hearing it, and I understand. But the problem with Jey Uso is he has so many fans in that arena that love him, and the WWE is supposed to listen to them. But that is it's the complete opposite with the internet world versus Jey Uso.
They're sick of it. I think we have to keep in mind too that most people, and we've had the pleasure of seeing the other side of this, but most people on the internet have not seen the reaction that he gets live. They
Hmm.
haven't seen that crowd yeeting in unison.
Hmm.
And you and I are both going to a lot of live WWE live events. Hell,
Yes.
we've gone to live events from different promotions.
Yes.
You don't see things like that very often. The only other thing I can think about, and I want to say that was before I ever went to a live event, would have been Daniel Bryan's Yes movement. Like I don't even think the
True.
Kofi Mania compared to what Jey Uso has had going on. Now the thing about it is, we know that this is going to be short lived. That doesn't mean that Jey Uso won't be a main event competitor. That doesn't mean that he won't be great in the ring. But the Yeet movement or the but what Yeet Mania or whatever they're going to call it
Hmm.
is going to be short lived. He'll get his moment. I think he deserves it. I think if anything, they should have pulled him off TV for a week or two. That's the only they I think they tried to cash in on the yeet around the world. Like they want to make sure that everybody gets their yeet movement, their yeet moment in. Maybe
Hmm.
have them do a dark match, but
Yeah.
pull them off TV. Make the people at home miss them a little bit. Then you bring him back. Oh, he's back and he's come to get his main event with Gunther, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Uh, but he's been there too much, and everybody's heard yeet too much, and a lot of people are just tired of it. We all knew this was going to happen. This is not it happens all the time. Um, I will say that I liked the story up until now because now they're trying too hard to get sympathy behind them. And you didn't need that. You didn't need to try that hard. I mean, Gunther's so doggone good. I think if anything, like I said last week, they should have just had Gunther go over and beat the hell out of Jimmy. Gunther go and beat up some other Samoan. He's got 97 cousins. Gunther could just go pick one, go to NXT and beat one up.
Right.
Go over to Japan and beat one up.
Right.
They could have done something like that where he's beating up Samoans everywhere. Uh, might be a
Yeah.
problem at some
Yeah.
point when he makes it all the way to the top. But I'm just saying, like, there's different ways they could have done that. Hell, he could have gone over and beaten up Solo. Even though I know Solo's a heel, but ain't nobody checking for Solo right now,
Right.
you know.
Right.
But there's different ways in to have him go out there and take a sleeper hold every week because we know you're trying too hard to get sympathy behind him. And
Yeah.
it's just I don't know, to me it just it's not working the way they want it to work.
Unfortunately, no, it's not. But again, I'm with you, T. Yeah, I guess he's still going to win. Let him have his moment. He won't be a champion long, I'm sure, but
Nah,
he could very well lose it right back at Backlash. Who knows? But let him have his moment and let's get it over with. And I think that's all we're trying to do is just say let's get it over with. But as you said, Terrence, going back to what you
it
just
was just
said,
such a long bill.
it's
You
too
know,
long.
it's too long.
It feels too
Yeah,
long, and a lot of that is because they pushed WrestleMania back, but they pushed it back because of the weather. They wanted it to be a
yeah.
lot warmer, a lot more springy, in the springtime versus early April in Philadelphia. They probably could have kept it the same this year because they're in Vegas, and Vegas is going to be probably pretty damn warm already by Easter
Oh yeah.
weekend next month.
Oh yeah.
So it can get hot in Vegas. I know that. So yeah, but back to what you were saying, T, I agree 100%. They need to take him away a little bit. And right now they feel like it's WrestleMania Mania season. We can't dare do that now. But yeah, a week being gone when he becomes a champion, he didn't have to show up every week. He's the champ. Um, I agree with that. And back in the day, the difference between now and back in the day with Vince, I'm telling you, gotta give him his credit, man. There's things where I'm starting to see where he's being missed a little bit. Don't cancel me. I'm already canceled. But a lot of real wrestling fans know this. Vince
Don't cancel me.
McMahon,
I'm already canceled.
Vince McMahon knew when to get rid of you for a while and bring you back at the right time. And it was like we used to be sick of that dude right there. But now why do we love him so much? Because he realized and he sensed it and he pulled you off the roster for a while. You know, let's take 3 month layoff. We'll do it again, and then it's better than ever. They got to do something. If he was to lose, I would say exactly that's what they're going to do. But he has to win now. At least we think. But yeah, let's just get it over with. So Cena and Cody didn't. We're tired of. We're ready for Jay and Gunther to be over with. Um, let's get to the women then. Um, well, first we had Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez in the back. They were talking and everything. Um, I'm surprised. I'm disappointed. I thought Cena, and this is why I didn't want this to happen again. I'm sorry. I know I don't want to go back to what we were talking about, but I just can't believe that this is it. This is all you got. And whatever they have that they're saving, it seems like they're gonna wait till the last 2 weeks, I guess, before Raw. I mean, this may be it. This may be the best that it is. And I'm hoping that I'll see the final boss at some point because I never thought I'd say it, but Cena needs some help. He needs a little help here. He ain't bringing it like I thought he would. I mean, he's saying some things that I think is true, and I think he really does believe it, but he kind of overacts. One of the things about Cena, he's a pretty good actor when you watch his movies, but he tends to sometimes overact, if that makes any sense. I know you're a heel. You don't have to overly look angry or with the heel look face. I'm trying not to complain here, but I mean, I'm really having a hard time saying that these are just great shows and this is a great WrestleMania build. It's okay, and I'm trying to make the most of it. Um, but Cody came out and again, no touching. He didn't do anything, and they pretty much just talked shit and dropped mics for the second week in the damn row. Again, Cody been busted open and everything, and still he ain't got his lick back yet. He feels sorry for Cena, and if he's still that whiny little bitch, he's gonna beat him and continue to be the champion at WrestleMania. Hey, we had Penta again, and Ludwig Kaiser. They were in a no holds bar match. Penta again, once again, putting on great matches, good show. I just would like to see him at some point get the microphone a little bit more. Let's cut a promo. Let's talk. Him and Kaiser could have had some more interaction, some more mic work instead of just good matches. And that tells me one or two things. Penta's not that good at it, or they're just being lazy with the creative. What did you think about the match though? Penta got the win, of course. Him and Kaiser. I don't know if they're done with this, or yeah, maybe they are done with this between those two because looks like he's about to get into that U.S. title picture. I mean, Intercontinental title picture with Braun Breaker and those guys. Your thoughts on that match though with Penta and Kaiser?
I mean, yeah, I don't know if they're done with it because I actually think they have pretty high hopes for Mr. Kaiser. There's even been some talk of Kaiser going babyface. I don't know he's such a good heel, so it'll be hard to see him as a babyface. But I think they have very big plans for Kaiser. So man, we'll see him down the road somewhere. It's not over with for him at
I
all.
heard that too. I heard that on the dirt sheet, but
Yep.
I can't see it either. But yeah, I
Yeah,
guess
it'll be hard to see, man, because
they
he,
like
he is
him,
so good at what he does.
right?
Honestly,
Yeah.
like if he wasn't in Gunther's shadow, man, he would be a lot bigger.
But I just hope they don't make a habit of just turning everyone into babyface just because the fans like them. You can
Right.
we like heels too. It just depends
Yep.
on who you are and
They
what you're
like
doing, what your
sometimes they
character
like
is
heels
about.
more.
I do, and that
You
is very
surely do.
true. That is very true. But that happens at times. So
Yep.
I think he's perfect where he is. So yeah, but we'll see. Okay, so after that, we had Dakota Kai in the back. They showed her making her entrance from the back toward the ring. She had a match coming up with Ivy Niles, and I don't know. I think they might have had a match last week too. I'm not sure. As we got ready for that match, though, that was the Judgment Day in the back. Dom talking to Balor, talking about what if Penta was to join Judgment Day. Maybe
Is
they
that?
maybe they were actually showing that because that was actually last week.
I think that's last week's
Okay, they
episode.
showed that. I don't know why they showed that cut before Dakota Kai came to the ring, but yeah, they did do that, showing that from last week, getting us prepared, I guess, for later on in the night. So we had the match between Ivy and Dakota Kai, and Dakota Kai got the win over her, and not looking so good for American Made. But yeah, I don't know. That match, I didn't even have to see it, but
No, you got to
there-
fill the card up with something.
there's literally no story to that at all. So that's pretty much a
Nope.
filler. They let us know that we had the WrestleMania contract signing for the Women's World Championship. That is what came up next. And
Yeah, it's
Terrence,
got to be last week.
before we get
It's got to
into
be
that, before we get into that, um, I heard a little booze. I
for
heard
Bianca.
a few for Bianca.
Yeah.
Silently, I heard some last week. Silently, I heard some this week. Now I know they're out of the country. They were in Scotland tonight.
Yep.
They were in Europe last week. I get it, but either they think that Bianca Belair is still a part of this whole Naomi and Jade thing triangle, and she's behind that, or they're just sick of Bianca Belair, or she's grown stale to them. And this is the reason why I've said sometimes you got to know when to turn them heel. Cena is only doing it now because it's something that he really wanted to do back in 2012, and Vince turned it down still. And he's having his, he messed up WrestleMania, if you want to be real. Everybody that was talking that shit, before I get back to the women here, but everybody that was talking that shit about how The Rock had messed up WrestleMania 40 because he was going to do a Rock versus Roman match, man, because, like, come on, man, like, seriously, he fixed it, though. He saw everybody wanted Cody. They pivoted. It was a great WrestleMania, and he still was a part of it, and he went heel, the final boss thing. It worked out. Cena is coming back for a retirement, a farewell tour, and his farewell tour is not really, all that. He's saying he's gonna break Ric Flair's record. He's gonna be a 17-time champion, and you sons of bitches are gonna remember the name John Cena forever. You're gonna have to deal with it, people. This is what he's saying, and that's it. But he's only doing it because this is what they thought that they should have did a long time ago, but it's past. They might have should have just left it alone. Bianca needs to do it now. Like Cody, like we thought Cody needed to do it in AEW. I heard some boos, and when I did hear boos, Terrence, I didn't hear shit. She's not getting a reaction. She's not getting a reaction in these countries, and she doesn't get much of one in America. I think it's time. I think she still needs to be behind this, and I know there's a lot of people, Terrence, that are saying, "Well, you all let it go. Bianca's not. She doesn't have anything to do with it. It's just Naomi and Jade. Leave it alone," because they're getting stale. They're getting bored of her. I think they need to do something about that.
I mean, the good thing about writing is that you can always, even if you didn't originally have plans for it, you can always write her into that. There could be a situation where she's the champ. Jay confronts her the next Monday night and tells her, "Hey, I know you were part of it. You tried to take me out. Now I'm coming for your title. We were friends once. We were champs. You didn't want that. Here we go." Could always be a situation like that. As far as the booze, man, it's very interesting, and I would love to hear more wrestlers talk about how differently they were perceived in different countries. Because like literally, the only other time I've heard people talk about it would be people talking about how over Bret Hart was overseas. Like even when he was doing his heel run in '97, he was still a babyface everywhere else. If they went to Korea or to Europe or damn well Canada, we know that that's a no brainer. They went to anywhere but the States. He was still a babyface, and they had to play him for that, right? So that's the only other time I've heard wrestlers talk about how well they were perceived in different countries. So I would love to hear more conversations on that because honestly, this is one of the few times where I'll say, I don't know, Jack, about about how to get somebody over in a different country on American TV programming. I don't know what the hell Bret Hart did to do it. Baby faces should probably reach out to him if they know they have a tour coming up because you still want to be over when you get over there. But now, Jarvis, I'm with you though. Like I did hear the boos, and I don't know if they were solely European bulls, or if those were like straight up WWE Universe bulls. And I guess that remains to be seen. We'll find out more at Mania, or maybe the Raw after Mania or whatever. I don't know if she's winning or not. They may keep it on EO. Um, so I don't know, you know. But I do think it's interesting, and I do think it's something for them to look into, because I think we're all ready for a heel Bianca. I mean, I would like to see a heel Bianca. Some of the stuff I saw from NXT, man, the ladies probably don't want to heel Bianca because she is stiff as hell, and it's interesting though. It's very interesting.
We'll
But
see.
she throws blows, man, like
Yeah, and I like.
clubbing over the top blows.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll see. So I'm about to get into that, but I apologize, Terrence. You were right. Some of the stuff that I was telling you all, it actually was from last week. I actually clicked on the wrong one. I was trying to just go back and kind of just breeze through it again. You know, a quick play by play on what went on tonight on Raw, and I was looking at last week's edition instead of this week's edition. So immediately it was Jimmy and Jey Uso with that match, but we already kind of talked about it already.
yep,
Um,
yep.
the match that they had with A-Town down. Um,
Hmm.
and yeah, of course, they got the win. Gunther came out, blah, 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 same old thing. We've already discussed it. But then after that, I think I was jumping to the women a little bit too soon, even though I'm ready to get to that because it's really the best. It was the best part of the night, pretty much,
Hmm.
in my opinion. I think that's the best story. Makes a little bit more sense. Well, I ain't even gonna say that they have a real story, but we're intrigued by the three of them, or just Bianca and Io, the two of them together. We're intrigued by that. We're intrigued by Io just getting pushed around, and she's not gonna go for
Yeah,
that anymore, and
and you know what? And she's
she's a
funny, and
relevant
she can't say
underdog
but
here.
8 words. She can't say but 8 words, but she's using those 8 words very well. World
Very.
champion, like she's using them very well. Like, and they are executing it well. It's very well done. Um, I don't know what's going to happen next week. Maybe Bianca is going to not purposely screw up, but screw up, and then we'll get a triple threat match or something. But
Yeah.
hopefully they don't just bury EO. I don't want to say bury. God, that's a terrible word. Hopefully they don't just turn EO into a paper champion. Um,
Hmm.
when they could have just let Bianca, let Rhea win the damn match to start with. But
They may let
I'm
her keep
saying
it. They may
they
let
may
her
let her
keep it.
keep it. They may let
They
her
may let
keep
her
it.
keep it.
But all three of them and Adam Pierce, the dark horse in that, they are all executing that very well.
He did a great job. Yeah. So let's go ahead and just look. Lyra Valkyria had an intercontinental match. She put her women's intercontinental title on the line. She went 1-on-1 with Raquel Rodriguez, and
Good
I
match.
actually thought that Rodriguez was going to get the win and be a double
I
champ.
did too.
It's already one half of the tag team women's champions. It was a really good match.
Hmm.
Rodriguez getting so much better in the ring. Liv Morgan, just so good inside and out of the ring. Promos, in the bag, everything. Damn good job. She's kind of the MVP, really, in when it comes to the women's division. Um,
Yep, I agree.
and as far as just having that it, and like I can watch her. She doesn't annoy me. She's always kind of either funny or serious. And when she's serious, she's right, and I agree with her. And when she's funny, she's funny. And when she's good, she's
Yep.
good. So yeah, she's the MVP there. But anyway, they don't get the win. Rodriguez, doesn't get the win. Vicarious, she retains the women's intercontinental championship. She did get her ass beat for a quick second until Bailey came to the rescue.
Yep.
So see what they're working there, because as of now, what I don't like about the WrestleMania build is I don't see what they have for Liv Morgan in WrestleMania. Maybe this will be it. Her and Raquel putting the titles up against Bailey and Valkyria. I'm not sure. I thought Bailey was actually still beefing with the NXT star. Um, well, I can't think of her name right just now at the moment, but
Right.
she's pretty hot right now over there, and I guess they finished that. I don't know, but I don't know. Liv Morgan needs to be doing something for WrestleMania, and that's what I
Absolutely.
really don't like. I think they're dropping the ball with a few things there, and that's one of
Yeah.
them. So now we can get to the women. They, of course, showed us last week clips, highlights, and all of that. And who did we get out first? I can't believe we didn't see Drew McIntyre tonight. I know he's SmackDown now, but they don't care about that right now. Everybody's everywhere on any
No,
show at any
everybody's
time
everywhere.
now that it's
Right. Right.
WrestleMania season. I just wish they would talk about that and say something about it more.
Mhm.
Before we got to the women, because I know I didn't skip past that quick. Jimmy was kind of reminding Jay who the fuck he is and how he can beat Gunther. Don't doubt yourself, because Jay was doubting himself. We get it. We know you're gonna win, and we're supposed to keep doubting you and think that you're not gonna win. I get it.
Right.
So Adam Pearce is in the ring, and again, Adam Pearce did a great job also with this in the ring.
Yep.
During this whole contract signing, in the back as well. He was on one. And I mean, he really put his foot down, and I guess he did what he had to do. He meant business, though. Pat McAfee was back also tonight on Raw, back at the booth. Corey Graves filled in for him last week and did an outstanding job. And
Yep.
I think he is underrated. I know there was some smoke that he had. He got some heat with some things when they kicked him off and put him on NXT. He didn't appreciate it, but I think he kind of realizes now, hey, he knows where his bread is buttered. He's good. He could be the next Michael Cole one day, and that's me giving him his props. I think he could be the next Michael Cole whenever Michael Cole decides to, be JR or Jerry the
Yeah,
King Lawler.
which
Say, I'll
apparently
take
that
this.
was supposed to be working an angle for him and McAfee to eventually have a match. Corey Graves apparently just got cleared to wrestle again for the first time in a very long time. So that was allegedly to work an angle towards a match. Allegedly, I don't know how true that is, but just throwing it out there that there are rumors that him and McAfee was supposed to lock him in at some point.
Okay. I hadn't heard that one. I haven't
Yep.
heard that one. Okay. Very well makes sense. I thought Nick Aldis would
Which
probably
might
just
be
come
why it
back
went
and say
away so
one too.
fast.
Huh?
That might be why it went away so fast.
Yeah, probably so. Okay, so back to the women now. We started with Io Sky. She's the one who came out
Yep.
using those 8 words better than most. And she's got the title on her hand. She's funny. She's adorable. Everybody loves her. This is the reason why that she actually may retain at WrestleMania, Terrence. But she said, I am WWE Women World Champion. And, I'm still going to be the Women's World Champion after this over. I don't mind fighting Rhea. I don't mind. You can add her to the mix. I'll beat her ass too. And she's not playing any games. She's not taking any shit, and she's just not gonna be a pushover here. That's what it looks like, and hey, we like it. We love it. So as she's talking, she's letting it be known. Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair. It doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter who it is. She said, "I will take on both," and you gotta love her. So as she's talking, Adam Pearce is trying to explain to her, how this is gonna go. Here's your opponent, Bianca. She comes out and she says that, hey, you're right. I did earn my title shot, as Adam Pearce said, by winning the chamber. He was trying to explain why Rhea Ripley does not. Oh, how she has not earned her. She doesn't deserve to be in this match. He's pretty much saying that her signing that contract is not official. She does deserve her rematch because she was the women's world champion, but he doesn't want to put her in this particular match. He doesn't want to do it right now. That's what he's saying, and he's got a point. And so as he's about to tell them, hey, y'all about to sign the contract, it's going to be you two. Io Sky versus Bianca Belair, and that's that on that. The boss has spoken. And here comes Rhea Ripley. There's her music. You knew she was coming. And she comes out and she says she didn't care who she had to go through to get her title back. But she's getting her damn title back. This is Rhea Ripley coming in, walking all tall, bad to the bone. And she gets right in Adam Pearce's face, the general manager's face. And, demands her rematch. Bianca Belair, she asks, you want a rematch? Well, Rhea, you already waited 3 weeks. So you can just wait 3 more weeks after I win the title at WrestleMania. So Bianca talking cash money shit. Rhea Ripley talking cash money shit. Io Sky gets shoved again by Rhea Ripley.
Of course.
Again. And it's the way they do it. Just a hand to the face. Get your ass
Disrespectful
down.
as hell.
Very disrespectful. Io Sky gets up, gets in between them again. I'm sick of this shit. Adam Pearce, yep, he's sick too. He says, I have a solution. If you give me a second and stop talking, next week, get your rematch. You'll get your rematch. Thank you, Bianca says. Wait a minute. So, maybe I even missed that part. the rematch for Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, did he say it's gonna be next week?
It's next week,
He definitely put
and
his foot
Bianca,
down next week for the
yep,
Women's World Champion in London. Yeah,
and, and Bianca will be the special guest referee.
that is correct. That's right. Bianca
Yep.
will be the special guest referee. We can fast forward to that because that's what was
Hmm.
said in the back. Bianca didn't want to do that, but he said, "Well, that's what
You
it's
better
gonna be.
learn. You got a week.
That's
You
what
better
it's
figure it out.
better figure it out." He put his foot down and he wasn't playing. Hey, the ladies got into it again. It was still a little scrap match before we got to the end of this, and everybody pretty much trying to put their finishes on one another. There was a lot of counters. So people got some licks in. They're trying to show you we're in for a hell of a ride when they ring the
Yep.
bell at WrestleMania. And I'm
Hmm.
hearing, Terrence, that this could be the main event for night one in WrestleMania. Would you agree with that?
Mm. Well, yeah. I mean, they deserve it. And the last thing you want is to have some backlash. And I'm not saying do it out of sympathy or for any other reason that they deserve it. But the last thing you want is to have some backlash about not having a women main event at least one night.
Right.
So I mean, and if I would say if it's Bianca versus Ripley, I mean, yeah, Bianca versus Ripley straight up, then it should absolutely be a main event. I don't know about a triple threat because realistically, is their triple threat going to be bigger than Roman, CM Punk, or and Seth? And I can't answer that with a straight face. But what I can tell you is that if it's Hulk Hogan versus Ultimate Warrior, it's a main event, and I consider Bianca and Rhea on the same caliber as a Hulk Hogan and an Ultimate Warrior. So if it's those two, just those two, absolutely main event. If it's a triple threat, I wouldn't be I wouldn't be upset with it being a main event at all. They
Yeah.
still deserve it. To me, it just takes a little bit away from it when you add a third party into it.
Yep, and that's why I don't like it. Even though I like what they're doing, it's good. I'm intrigued, but I know why you're doing what you're doing. You don't want Rhea Ripley to take the pin. So I don't think she's gonna get her belt back. Bianca Belair was the last woman standing in the middle of the ring holding the women's world championship up in the air.
Yep.
So now I'm kind of beginning to think that she's not gonna win, even though she was my pick. Io Sky very well may retain. But
Yep.
I still like the angle. I like the segments and the promos. They're doing a great job, and I love all three of them. However, yeah, they robbed us of seeing Rhea versus Bianca 1v1. And I know why they're not doing that. Because they don't want either one of them to lose, and they damn sure don't want Rhea to lose. I don't think they're
Right.
gonna let that happen at all. So, um, after that, what did we have after that? That was the highlight of the night to me, if you want to be real. I mean, they opened up with Cena and Cody. You know, we got these women here with Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Io Sky. The next week, Rhea Ripley gets her rematch back. Um, if I mean, how is that going to play out though, Terrence? I mean, is are they going to give
I
it back to Rhea just to lose at WrestleMania? Will there be some type of interference, DQ, so Io can still be the champion, and we're still going to have the triple threat, or are they going to take the triple threat? Oh wait, maybe it won't be a triple threat. I mean,
I
none of
I
that is
think it'll be a situation
official yet.
where Bianca's gonna make a mistake. She's gonna count Rhea out, and she'll have a foot on the ropes, or she's gonna miss something that'll cause Io to win. Adam Pearce will see it, and then he'll have to make it a triple threat match.
There you go. There you go. Case closed. Problem solved.
Yeah.
New Day was in the back talking to Adam Pearce, and they look pissed off. I don't like what they've been doing with them either. It's been about 5 months, 4 or 5 months since they went heel and turned on Big E, and it was great. It was funny, and
Hmm.
kind of sad too. But we thought that they were
Yeah.
really about to take off. I loved it. It's been stale. It's been cold. It ain't boiling at all. I forget them. I forget about them at times, Terrence. So they showed up and they demanded that they get a title shot at WrestleMania for the tag team championships. And Adam Pearce pretty much said, "Oh, you want tag team champions, huh? Instead of just have a match, and earn, your title spot. Go win some matches so I can say, okay, yeah, you know what? You deserve a WrestleMania tag team title match, but you don't want to do that, do you? and yeah, Kofi and what's his name again? Kofi and
Woods.
Xavier Woods are kind of pissed off, and they walk away blowing smoke as Bianca comes right back up and finds out that she's going to be a special referee. They're doing a great job in the back. Adam Pearce, great job. Kathy Kelly, great job. And then we move on to the funny stuff. Chad Gable. I mean, I'm sorry, not Chad Gable.
They're right.
Dragon
Grande
Lee had a match
Americano.
with a true luchador, uh, El Grande Americana. El Grande Americana. Look, Michael Cole said, I've tried to Google this man and I can't find him. I don't know who this guy is. Who is he? Who this guy really? And of course, we all know it's Chad Gable. Michael Cole has said that. Pat McAfee said, yeah, people think that that's Chad Gable. But Chad Gable, he brought a doctor's note. He's sick. How can a sick man do what you see this guy right here doing in the ring? that was funny. But yeah,
It's funny.
we all know who this is. He had a great match, by the way, with damn, I just said his name.
Dragon
Um
Lee.
Dragon Lee. They had a great match now. Don't get me wrong. The powers that he got, but he's wearing the mask now. Whatever that was that he found when he was out there, doing his research. He's looking good. He gets a win. It's still funny as hell. Where are they going with it, or do you like what they're doing with Chad
You
Gable
know,
right now?
I don't know where they're going with it, but I like it. It's entertaining, and you need that. I don't want Chad Gable to get into that R-Truth role of just being the comedian of the show. But he is
Haven't
funny,
seen
and
him in a few weeks.
me
Yeah,
either.
yeah,
But he's very good at what he does.
and it's all
And for
right
those
to
that
have him away too for
right,
a little minute.
and for those that can't translate, that means the large American. By the way, just want
Oh, okay.
to put that out there. But yeah, no man, I'm very impressed with Gable, and especially when he hits his little thank you. He goes gracias.
He's
Man,
hilarious.
it's brilliant stuff. It really is, man. I was very impressed with it.
Yeah.
And to take it a step further, whenever he gets out of this comedic role, there's nobody, there is no wrestling fan anywhere that can tell me why Chad Gable should not be a champion. He's earned it. That dude has everything you can ask for in a champion. And I know he's not 6'5" and 270 pounds, and I don't give a shit about that. He looks great. He's great on the mic. He's damn good in the ring. He's as good as anybody in the ring right now, if not better than everybody. Chad Gable is the real deal. He really should have been. He should have been the one to beat Gunther. It shouldn't have been Sami Zayn. It should have been him. Uh,
They
and I
dropped the
really
ball
hope
with
they do
that.
right. They did. I hope they do right by him. I really do.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, how was he the one to train somebody to beat Gunther, but he didn't beat him? He just should have been the damn one to beat him.
Yeah. I agree, man. I agree. But yeah, again, I like it just as you do, but I don't know where they're going with that.
I don't know where they're going with it now.
CM Punk came out next with a promo doing what CM Punk does. Good shit on the mic. He said it's good to be alive on a Monday night in Glasgow, Scotland. And but he said I'm a little pissed. And he explained why. He was just in a brawl on Friday night as SmackDown ended. CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, they all went at it after a short promo Friday night on SmackDown with Reigns and Paul Heyman and all of that. Punk jumped on Roman Reigns, and then Roman Reigns jumped on him, and Rollins came and jumped on him. And just the triple threat. You see it coming. A lot of triple threats we're going to be having here, or fatal four ways here. Lazy writing, in my opinion, but hey, look, it's WrestleMania. Give them the matches, put the stars all in it, and this is definitely what we're going to get. But so CM Punk is talking as good as he does, and he had a lot to say. He also brought up how he's pretty much cashed all of his options out, as far as going to WrestleMania. Or has he? Is what he said. The Royal Rumble, he thought he was going to win it. Thought he was going to showcase WrestleMania. Elimination Chamber, he admits that he thought he was going to win that, and he did. So the more things change, he said, the more things stay the same. And he says he works with children. Those children he's talking about is Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns. As he's, alluding to the things that took place with them. He said that, a little diaper piss baby is Seth Rollins, is what he called him, and he's got screwed by this guy, and he continues to remind us, Terrence, that he has never been beaten by either one of those guys, Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns, without the help of one or the other. He makes a good point, and he's spitting facts. What's up, Johnny Reynolds? How do you get those? How do you get the Usos teaming up? Yeah, we talked about it. We did. They were back together again. One night only, we think. So CM Punk is going on and on about Seth Rollins, how he takes it personal, how he's been crying ever since he came back, the magnitude of me and the shadow that I cast over him. Good stuff by CM Punk. And then he says,
always.
and then there's that other guy, Roman Reigns, as he slowly sticks the finger up, throwing up the one. He said, Roman Reigns, I acknowledge the fact that he's taking this a little bit personal too. He sees in real time, like all of you, that his wise man isn't just his wise man. That's something that we have to remember that he said. His
Yep.
wise man isn't just his wise man. So while it's personal for them, it's business for me. Punk doing what he does, man, just killing it on the mic, talking his shit. And he says this Friday, since Roman Reigns couldn't brace us with his presence, they're going to have an old-fashioned contract signing on Friday night. On SmackDown, Roman Reigns will be there in the building. I assume Seth Rollins as well. So we will get these three again, and I guess we'll get a little bit more action, once the table gets flipped over with the contracts.
Of course.
I just want more personal stuff. There's no personal shots, no attacks. CM Punk said that, look, if the contract, we get the match, and what did he say? Any closer to what he wants, and what he wants is, I guess, well, he ain't really saying what he wants, but we thought we've been knowing for a while now. He's been making it clear he wants to main event WrestleMania. And that's what I think he wants. And how is he going to get it? I don't know. I think that the women are going to main event night one. I think they should have did a co-main event. That's probably what they're going to do, because, maybe Cena and Cody won't main event. They don't need to, in my opinion. It's not the best thing going. Maybe they open up the show with that shit. I doubt it, but I'm just saying. Punk is talking about what he wants, and the crowd's going hype. They're cheering again, and he's just telling those guys that they cannot beat him. I'm trying to give you a few more dialogue before I let you just tell me what you thought about it. But he said the last thing is he brought you two guys into the business. He was talking about Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, but he says he cannot wait to be the man that takes you both out of the business. Strong, powerful words, and he dropped the mic. That was CM Punk. And fast forward, we had the main event. We talked about it already. Braun Breaker retained the title against
Penta.
Against Penta. Good match, but he won. What do you think about CM Punk and his? He had to hold it down by himself tonight. He was the only one out of the three there. What did you make of it and the things that he said, or what else did you expect for him to say, like that favor that he brought up in the?
Well, look, in the history of the business, there's not many people that can say they're better talkers than CM Punk.
No.
So if there's one guy you need to carry a story, even if it's with two other guys, it's CM Punk. He knows how to make shit feel personal. Now, as far as we know, those three guys might be the absolute best of friends. I don't know what they do behind the curtain.
Could be by now.
I don't know what they do behind the curtain.
Roman don't really fool. Roman don't really fuck with anybody, from what we hear.
From what I understand, he don't fool with anybody.
Nah, he really
And
doesn't.
but I'm just saying, if it was up to CM Punk, we wouldn't know the difference anyway. That man is a storyteller, and he is amazing with making you feel every single word that he says. And honestly, like, it's a weird thing, but I've become more of a fan of him since his return. Just seeing the nuances of what he does behind the mic, the nuances of what he does in the ring, which, he might not be as agile as he once was, but he's still very doggone good. Everything he does means something, and that's very important in wrestling, in my opinion. So man, I'm excited about what they're doing. I think those three guys will put on the absolute best match. We just have to get to it. Again, this has been a long process. It's been a long build. typically WrestleMania will be this weekend or next weekend, but we still have 2 more weekends.
Yeah,
And that's been the issue, man. It's just been a long ass bill.
I'll say. I'll say that's an understatement. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I think Punk did a great job also, and doing everything to piggyback off of what you said, Terrence. Yeah, great job, phenomenal. If anybody's gonna hold it down, it's him. But again, we're just ready to get there now. You're not giving us anything personal. You're not giving us anything like this is not like CM Punk and the bracelet. Something just as small as the bracelet. That meant something. There was something there
Well,
between him and Drew McIntyre.
yeah,
Not really getting
it took
that.
a damn bracelet and turned it into a championship. Like, how crazy is that? But
Yeah,
Jarvis,
you
let me
know.
ask you this. Let me ask you this. If Jay Uso doesn't get hot, would CM Punk would have been better in that spot with Gunther?
Yes.
Me, I think so too.
Yes. But I
That's
also
why, and
think
that's why I thought they were going with it. I thought they were either going to go CM Punk and Gunther or um crap or John Cena and Gunther. That's
that's
where I
what a
thought
lot of
they were
people thought.
originally going to go,
Yeah.
and it just seems like they had a weird pivot. And I think this weird pivot is the reason why this build has just not been great because they they probably pivoted too late, and the writers didn't really have the time they needed to properly put the shit in. I don't know, but
I think The Rock
just
messed
looking
those
at all the,
things up. I think The
I
Rock
think
messed
so
all of
too.
that
I
up.
think so too. Yep, I
And
think so too
again,
because
yeah.
yeah, it's just weird to see Roman, that's still in my opinion, still the top guy in the business in a triple threat match. Like just him versus Seth in a damn no holds barred match would have been big. It seems like they pivoted and CM Punk was probably the odd man out after they pivoted. Let's put him in here with these guys.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's going to work. They will once it gets in the ring, they will make it work. But it
They
was
will make
just
it
a
work in the
weird
ring, no
situation.
doubt. But
Hell yeah,
if it's not main eventing WrestleMania, which it won't be, he's still not getting what he wants. And I think
he's
that
still not,
this, you're right.
and that's okay. That gives
Uso
him a
winning the
chance
Rumble,
to,
that kind of did
yeah.
tarnish some things too.
I, I think that gives CM Punk a chance to do this next year, right? And I hate this whole wait to next year mentality that they have, but it gives him something to work towards next year.
Uso didn't have to win the Rumble. He still could have gotten a title shot and became a champion. They could have did Uso and Gunther a different type of way. He didn't necessarily have to win the Rumble to do so.
Uso could have won the elimination chamber.
Because look who won the Rumble. They're going after Cody anyway. So yeah, yeah, whatever. But yeah, look,
Yeah,
try not to complain. But again, this is it. Monday Night Raw, 2 hour, 2 hour, 30-minute show. That's their mark. That's pretty much what they're doing. I wish SmackDown would do the same. I'm told they're going to be running a 3 hour show until about June. I can't see it. They should stop this immediately after WrestleMania, but they're saying it's going to go into June. So maybe they've got some good stuff for us that we don't know about it or we don't see coming in the months of May and June. We will see. Um, it does kind of tell you the Cena's going to be the champion. And I
he's booked for too many shows,
too many
booked for too many
shows,
appearances.
and you would think
And look, Cody needs a break.
after what he did, he would have to win. And yeah, Cody does need a break. You're right. You're absolutely right. So yeah, looks like that's the reason why Roman is another reason why he's in the triangle he's in because he's not getting his title back yet. And at some point, when are they going to say, "All right, damn it, I never got my rematch"? Because Roman has never gotten his rematch. How do you be the champion for nearly 4 years and you can't get a rematch? You got to win the Rumble, you got to win the Chamber. He's going through too much hell for that
Right,
title, and he was the champion for 4 years. Yeah, just say I want my rematch. And
right.
How could that not have more power over CM Punk's favor, whatever the hell that is? So yeah, this is pretty much what it is, man. Uso didn't have to win that Rumble though. Now we're in one tangled web, or what a tangled web we've weaved. That's what
Yeah,
this looks like
that's it.
right now.
That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seriously. Yeah, seriously. All right, so next week they advertised in London, England, that Logan Paul will be calling out AJ Styles. They kind of put me to sleep on that one. I forgot about it. Now they're coming back to it. Logan Paul will be in the house and saw him on AJ Styles in a few weeks. He'll be back next week in London, England, to call him out. Next week, the start time is 3 p.m. Eastern, so it gets even earlier. A little bit earlier again from last week's time. That special start time on Netflix, Monday Night Raw, 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 noon Pacific. Next week, Jimmy Uso versus the Ring General Gunther. They had something going on in the back. Jimmy Uso was just trying
He
to
slapped the shit out of Gunther. That's what they had going on.
He did. He's trying to get Jey Uso on another level. He's gonna make a sacrifice here for his brother because he's gonna get his ass whooped in the
He's
end.
gonna get his ass whooped.
We know that. Cody Rhodes and John Cena are gonna be face to face again for a third consecutive week. Probably to do the same thing for a third consecutive week. So yeah, I'm sorry. That's gonna be the main event. This is not gonna be the best WrestleMania build or WrestleMania. Then I think we'll enjoy a lot of that show. And I guess they'll do fine, I guess, but I just wonder how they're gonna make, how he's gonna win. Are they gonna go all the way WrestleMania 17 or whenever it was the Stone Cold flipped over and went corporate, or when The Rock went corporate? Which one are they gonna go with? How are they gonna do it? I know he's gonna win. It seems like it, but how? And then the Women's World Championship match next week. Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Bianca Belair, the special guest referee. That'll main event the show, I'm sure, for next week's Raw. I'll be looking forward to that one because I like that aim. If anybody cares about NXT, Stephanie Valkyrie will defend both of her championships in the same night. She will defend her NXT Women's Championship versus Jada Parker tomorrow night on NXT. And she will defend the NXT Women's North American Championship against Fallon Henley. So Stephanie Valkyrie putting in that work tomorrow night on NXT. That's pretty much it. Kathy Kelly was talking to Braun Breaker before the main event, and yeah, we knew how that was going to go. The crowd was kind of dull and stale also tonight. He said something about the dogs barking, and they didn't really bark. Other than Cena,
over in the
they were kind of
right.
That wasn't the best crowd.
It seems like the more notable guys, the guys that's been there a very long time, the well-traveled guys, got more of the cheers. Everybody else just got a crowd.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what it did seem like. You're right. Okay, well, that's it, man. That's all I got. Great show. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be back tomorrow probably. Well, I will be. I'll be back tomorrow to talk a little bit more about Aaron Rodgers. I don't know if I want to do something early, maybe catch Terrence on the highway, or am I going to just, start around, brunch and, I got some stuff to say about the Aaron Rodgers, Pittsburgh Steelers thing. I already talked about how the Steelers could be making a mistake for waiting on Aaron Rodgers. And there's reports that came out today, and I want to talk about them tomorrow on how Aaron Rodgers still might not be close to making his decision, even though he has visited the Pittsburgh Steelers facility. He's met with Arthur Smith. He's met with Mike Tomlin and the Steelers GM. And still, this still could linger for a minute. And I'm hearing it will be closer to the draft before it happens. I also want to talk tomorrow about Brandon Ayuk. There's a rumor out in the Bay Area that he's about to get traded to the LA Chargers. Is that going to happen before the draft? The Niners are really dumping these players off, and they're resetting. Brock Purdy wants close to Dak Prescott money. I would love to debate this with you, brother. I really would. Would love to hear your thoughts on that. We talked about paying Brock Purdy, but we always talked about what will we pay him. I always knew it would be key. This is going to hold some things up here. Don't be surprised. It's still not completely out of the picture that Brock Purdy gets traded on draft night or right before the draft. This is not out of the blue. If he wants close to $60 million, and the Yorks are saying we ain't paying no expensive contracts right now, you did too much, you spent too much, and we didn't get a ring for it. As much as we like Purdy, we're going to like him at a certain price. And I think that they're not overpaying anything anymore. And shout out to the Yorks. Shout out to Parag Marante. Yeah, I never thought I'd say shout out to the Yorks because they have been the best owners since they took over from Uncle Eddie D, the GOAT, Eddie DeBarlo Jr. However, it almost seems like Eddie D, Uncle Eddie, is coming down right now saying, man, give me that contract, rip it up. Give me that contract, rip it up. These guys are about to be free agents. Get your ass on. You got your hat, get your coat. They are clearing the cap space, and it just seems like they are about to, thankful to us. People are going to thank us because we are about to change the way they're looking at this whole quarterback market shit. I think we're about to take the scale back a little bit and say, wait a minute, y'all, we're getting carried away with this shit. Let's pay these guys accordingly. And the reason why the Niners have all of the leverage, T, and I'm gonna stop talking, is because they can point to Tua, talk about Lowe's contract and say, what the hell did he do to get 53 per? They can point to the Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence and say, you think that's worth 52, 53 million, 55 million, I mean? They're looking at those quarterbacks and Dak, of course. And again, Dak Prescott don't deserve Dak Prescott money. I want to say that, make that clear.
Right.
But still, Brock Purdy is tripping. I still won't be surprised if he either plays one more year for the Niners. They're going to let him ride out that 5.2 mil and kick the can down the road for another season, or he's about to get his ass shipped off to Tennessee or to the New York Giants. They'll pay him. There's about 2 or 3 teams that will be willing to do it. And don't be surprised if that still happens. You heard it here first. They ain't going to pay him what he's asking for. He wants close to 60. So that's like 57, 58. That's what you want. Nah, bro. That's what I'll talk about tomorrow. If Terrence can join with me, we're going to have some debates. If not, I'm going to go ahead and just run through it. We'll see who comes in here with me. I'm thinking somewhere around, 9 a.m., 10 a.m., I'll be ready to go. We'll see how I'm feeling. If anything else pops off between now and then, any reports, any sources, I'll be here for it. Still waiting on Aaron Rodgers. He loves this. This is what he does. And I'll also talk about what the teammate, well, could be potentially teammate, Cam Hayward, and what he said about how he ain't going on no dark retreats or none of that to recruit his ass. You want to be a Steeler or you don't? He kind of backtracked on it a little bit today. I'll explain. Maybe they know something is about to happen here because he kind of sounds like, well, that's going to be my teammate. So I'll talk about it too. All right, so it was a great show, man. Thank you, T. We reviewed good Raw recap. That's all I got, man. Anything you want to say about this WrestleMania build, tonight's show, or what you're looking forward to?
Yeah, I mean, just so far, not impressed. Maybe it'll pick up next week, but we'll see.
Hey, when Terrence Smith says he's not really impressed with what they're doing on a WrestleMania build-up, it's got to be true. He's the last person that wants to say anything negative about any of these wrestling promotions, to be honest with you. So that's saying something. A lot of people will agree with you too, T. All right, man. Good show. Thank you. Until the next time, or as Josiah would say, until we yeet again, y'all be safe out there, man. Peace.
Peace out, y'all.